All right, now this is the Linus response, guys. This is the response to his response. This is like, okay, so Linus sits in the unhinged post with all the capitals. Now they've got like a thing, a video here.
I think Luke put it best at the roast a few years ago when he said,
"Why the f*** are you here?"
That's a two-part answer. I'm speaking today because of the recent community outcry demanding change. I'm here because I agree with the community. We do have a lot of work to do. Before we talk about that, while I wish this on—
He's reading from a teleprompter. You can see him reading from a teleprompter right now, bro. He's reading from a teleprompter.
On better terms, I just want to say I'm very glad to meet you all. I have spent the last couple decades on the corporate side, but my educational background is in computer science. My first role in the tech industry was as the writer at NeoSeeker. My history building gaming PCs goes even further back, to when I built a Celeron 300 A-Rig because everyone assured me it was guaranteed to overclock to 450 megahertz. I guess my trip didn't really get the memo. In any case, it feels really good to be back, on most days. I'm only 6 weeks—
Your script isn't doing anything for me, buddy. Your script, this is like unrelatable and doesn't feel genuine at all. Okay, all right. I'm just letting you know. This fucking story you give me, buddy. Yeah, no.
Into the job, but in that time I've seen a lot. I've looked at some budgeting, some team building, and operations. But my main focus has been to be a fly on the wall and gain an understanding of what's going right and what's going wrong. There's a lot of both. I've asked the team to unflinchingly address both the concerns that have been raised and how we intend to fix them, with the money we'll make from our sponsor.
Just kidding. I was asked for unflinching, and here it is. Linus is a human gas molecule. You've been telling him for years, and I've been telling him for years. Staying relevant on YouTube is hard for everyone, but we aren't fighting for survival anymore, and we don't need to run at this pace. In fact, in some ways, it's our efforts to keep doing more and keep doing better that have created our current situation. My background is in managing a pharmacy, where the small details matter a lot. And basically, I agree with the community, so I'm putting my foot down. Effective immediately, all YouTube video production is on pause. And our teams are going to be spending this entire next week focusing on long-term workflow changes to make our content better in a lasting way. This means for the first time in over 12 years, LT—
Well, I'm confused. She worked there? I thought she said she manages a pharmacy. What's happening right now? What the hell is happening right now? 1 week, so they're pausing videos for 1 week. That's his wife? Oh, shit. And oh, okay. In the part. Okay, there we go.
LTT will be missing not just one daily upload, but many. But improving to the degree that we want and need is going to take more than a week. So I'll be working with Taryn and
I feel
Quin
so
to
sorry
manage
for
our
them,
sponsor
guys.
commitments and the
You
financial—
guys, I'm about to cry. I'm about to shed a tear for this fucking, $100 million fucking media group, guys. This is sad, dude. This is pathetic. Oh man, dude. How good of them, guys. They're gonna pause videos for a week. Okay, for real.
hit of both this housekeeping week and a reduction in our LTT upload schedule. At least for now, while we get our house in order. But before anyone gets concerned that we're—
It's funny because it's kind of sad because they did nothing and they were just spamming out the dog shit content to get all the growth and to get all the views and to just basically scam everyone else in the community until they got called out, and now they're gonna fucking— I mean, hey, basically what happened was, like, what is it? It's like they're like a fucking dog that was like just busting ahead of all the other dogs and eating all the food before all the other dogs could get the food, and they were like, all the other dogs are kind of malnourished and dying on the side. But anyway, the owner just got a whip out and just whipped the dog. Well, not even the owner. Just said one of the other dogs just said fuck you and just bit it in the leg. And you know what? This big ass fat cunt dog, this big fat motherfucking dog, is too big and slow to react. And now it's guess what? It's working. It's working. What am I trying to say? Linus Media Group is the big fat obese dog because it was running ahead of all the other dogs and eating all the food and pushing them out and eating all the dog food. You haven't seen this? You ain't seen this? What this looks like, chat? Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Look. This is it right here, bro. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Look, this is Linus Media Group, dude. Taking old Gamers Nexus views. Okay, by releasing their videos early without all the proper testing. All right, he's just taking all that shit. Okay, there it is. That is toxic. Wait, there's more. Wait, where's the one where he's like speedrun eats all the bowls? Someone's got that video. There's one where there's a dog and it speedrun eats all the bowls. Okay, we're gonna continue watching this.
To the well-being of our personnel and our future capabilities, I can assure you that I've read the criticisms that we weren't willing to spend $500 to test a product, and as the one that manages the finance, I can tell you that couldn't be further from the truth. Linus made a clear and egregious judgment error regarding retesting
Yeah,
a
where's he at? Come out, Linus! You lying ass little bitch trying to save face, ego, fucking Andy, making up bullshit. It's so bullshit. It makes no sense. The $500 thing, they make way more than that every video. Why has she got his fucking wife on here apologizing for him? Where's his little pussy at?
product he felt was impractical. That was wrong, and I've told him so. He allowed his personal feelings on the matter to cloud his judgment. And I want to stress that our organization is committed to our ongoing investments in making our content better. And we will do better as a team. Why don't I let our chief money spender take it from here?
Hi.
Okay, why are they all reading from teleprompters? Can some of these cunts not read from teleprompter? Because it really fucking triggers me. It really does trigger me. Do you know I bought a teleprompter thinking it was going to be a good idea for my Twitch chat reading? But actually, after seeing that shit, it just comes off as fake.
I'm Gary,
And
head of
scripted.
labs. First off, we've made some mistakes. Too many. We're hoping that it's how we deal with them moving forward that will define who we are. And regardless, it's clear that we need to serve you better. So our team will be spending our week publishing living documents for our testing standards and opening them up to feedback from the community and our peers in the industry, should they wish to participate. We will also task part of the team with going back through every video with labs data to ensure accuracy, make full corrections, and if there are any fundamental issues with the workflow design or results, pull or replace that video outright. I don't agree with every criticism that's been leveled at my team.
Look at these Andes, bro. Look at these Andes. Like, now, it's something so weird hearing this shit after they got called out. Like, how come they weren't doing that before? How come they went, literally, how come they went before? He literally has a remote in his hand to go to the next slide. Yeah, I know, it's cringe.
But for my part, I need to own what we've done wrong and lay out our action plan for how to move forward. Before I do that, one point I do need to address here is that Linus misspoke when he said we retest for every video. We retest for every project. When we use the same data for our RX 7600 and RTX 4060 Ti videos, we knew in advance that these cards would release 2 days apart and designed a broad test suite that accounted for all the numbers we would need to make those two videos and ran everything at once with no BIOS or driver changes. In fairness to Linus, the project to video ratio is normally 1:1, but the devil's in the details. Now, let's talk about what's coming. We will release our current Mark Bench harnesses as open source items so that the community can audit the code around our test integrations. We will do a vlog style video on Floatplane about our testing from start to finish so you can see how the sausage is actually made. We will open a new
Where's Linus
community
at, the
forum
pussy?
post asking for
yourself.
transparency suggestions, and more importantly, we will follow up. We will start placing our testing project number in the credits so we are
Show
always
yourself.
open about the data set that was used for the benchmark results. And there is a lot more still to come, ranging from test variation percentages per workbench to each benchmark we utilized in the videos, among others. It's going to be a busy week of not making videos.
Same goes for us. I'm James, head of the writing department. We are extremely grateful for everything the lab has done and continues to do to make our jobs easier. But the actual testing is not the biggest source of our recent struggles. It's the human factor. There have been times when an internal video review caught an incorrect graph, resulting in new versions of the graph being created, only for those new graphs to not be put in the video. Ah! Just about every error that has appeared in a video in the past year has directly resulted in a process change designed to prevent that specific issue from ever happening again. But this kind of problem pops up, create a new process, whack-a-mole, isn't working. We'll be using our time to take feedback from our team on all of our processes and comb through all of our pending projects for areas where we can improve as we move forward with our reduced upload schedule. You'll see some of these videos go up during our time off. We already have multiple videos that are scheduled for release, but my main message to the team is that we want to spend this time working on inter-department communication and cleaning up our house. What we won't be doing is sanitizing things too much. We know that some of our best videos are centered around Linus and other members of the team just goofing around with tech and having fun. That is not going to stop. But others, like GPU and CPU releases, certainly require all the rigor we can muster. Those launches don't
I don't want to see Linus just fucking in any videos. Fuck Linus, bro. Not me.
Won't happen as often these days, so it will take some time before you see the full payoff of our continuous improvement. But it has already started happening. Not only did the community love our 4060 review, but our team found it less stressful to put out. Have we had a flawless victory? No. But since these last reviews, we've onboarded a dedicated visualization person whose full-time job it is to create graphs that are correct, digestible, and accessible. We've done serious development on our automatic specs database thing so that our visualizations pull the correct info in every time. And we'll soon be announcing the details of a new crowdsourced fact-checking system for both LTT and TechQuickie so that our content's correctness
Yeah, I was gonna say,
satisfies
saying all this bullshit, just hire like one guy who's not retarded, who understands all the shit to like fact check every single fucking video you watch meticulously. Like his job is just to watch every video you guys fucking are about to post, you know, a day before it gets posted, and then fucking scour it for any inaccuracies or any mistakes. Right? Literally just like a guy. You could even have two guys. And then boom.
even our most discerning community members.
I'm Ed, head of our production team. We have some of the most comprehensive documentation and processes in the company, from automations to keep project information accurate, to communication procedures, to standards for how
Where
loud
the fuck
videos
is
can be.
Linus?
Those systems have helped with the video edit side of things, but I've seen some examples where we've failed to see the forest for the trees and allowed well-edited but erroneous content to slip through the cracks. So for our part, we'll be spending our time looking at how we can improve communication to help the team address anything that seems off as soon as possible. A personal task for me will be putting the finishing touches on some cool ways we can make small edits that avoid the slapdash text on screen corrections whenever possible. As for how we catch those bugs, that's not my department, so I'm throwing it over to Nick.
Hold on. I'm mostly on the product side.
Shit.
LTTstore.com. What? Somebody had to say it.
This is so natural. Bro. All these people coming out, it's just such a natural response from every single person that's come on camera, guys. I love this. This is great.
But the theme of today's video is transparency and accountability. You might not see me in video credits, but I still serve as a last line of defense in reviewing most LTT videos before they are published.
Jesus.
I typically check for security links and inappropriate or NSFW jokes, but there are times when I catch a factual error or a weird graph that doesn't really tell the full story. To be clear, we also have checks for
They need to fire this guy, bro, straight up. This guy's fucking dog shit, mate.
technical aspects from our writing team, and in some cases, the lab, but our processes for ensuring those checks happen and following up these findings haven't been perfect, and our corrections are often made quickly. So while we take this time to reflect, I'll be focused on helping build a set of guidelines for our pre-release reviews and trying to set up a system that allows our team to take a finer look at every aspect of our videos, every single time. And maybe with time, everyone here will be so aligned with our mission that my input is no longer needed, and I can focus my full attention on making little widgets that you don't need, but definitely want. Like this retro-themed screwdriver.
Errors in our supporting assets
I'll be
like
honest.
tables.
I'll be honest. This is why I like the live streaming is so much better than YouTube videos when it comes to like talking to people, right? If you're trying to talk to your audience, because you can't like script talking to audience unless it is it's like you're just talking at them. But if you're talking to them, you can't script it. And because this whole thing feels fake. Everything about it is just like some pre-written bullshit, PR trash. Is Linus gonna come on? Okay, he's coming on.
And grasp, chip away our credibility. So continuing to improve our process issues to minimize errors will remain a top priority under my leadership. I guarantee there will be future mistakes. We are human. But next week, we'll be creating and publishing a clear policy for correction handling, and I'll be working with the community management team to be prompt and transparent with corrections that are as visible as possible. I think what happened with the Polish mouse is a perfect example of the kind of breakdown that should never happen again. Last Friday, Linus was notified of the issue a couple hours before the wine show, where he discussed the errors of the video in short circuit and apologized unequivocally. But while we recut the video to remove the misleading information, no one closed the loop and dealt with it.
He apologized. What did he made about it? No, he didn't. Fucking 3 hours after he posted the video, he did an unhinged post saying he did nothing wrong and started gaslighting everyone, bro. What are you on about? That didn't even happen. He just making that shit up.
Tone deaf and frankly unapologetic correction in the pin information of the video on short circuit and apologize. I notified of the issue a couple hours before the kind of breakdown that should never happen again. Last Friday, Linus was notified of the issue a couple hours before the wine show, where he discussed the errors of the video on short circuit and apologized unequivocally. But while we recut the video to remove the misleading information, no one closed the loop and dealt with a tone-deaf and frankly unapologetic correction in the pin comment. Our mission is to get the information to the community, which includes having a degree of humility about our mistakes, even if it makes us look less than perfect. The other side of my job as CEO is keeping the lights on, ensuring our staff is well taken care of, and putting dollars into some fun stuff. Like water cooling a PC with a pool. And that's through sponsorships, affiliate programs.
I can't, dude. You can't, dude. They can't be spending fucking $200 or $300 on a video, bro. Okay, you can't be, dude. They ain't got no money. Okay, they don't make much money from these videos. Okay, so you can't be wasting the extra time. Okay.
Subscriptions or merchandise sales. One thing that's not negotiable with me, ownership, or the business team on sponsored content is we need to maintain control of the creative. I was on a call with a potential partner recently. They asked for a cream puff piece. What's a cream puff piece? That's when they're like, how much money do we have to give you just so that you tell the story that we want? Before I can jump in and say anything, just because I'm in shock at this point in time, Nick turns over and says, no, absolutely not. I started laughing a little bit. I just said, hey, Nick, there's probably a better way to handle that, where we could just soften up a little bit. But the truth is...
No, fuck them. What do you want to... No, fuck them. Fuck them. What? No, you don't soften it up. You don't soften it up. If someone tries to pay you off and you're a tech reviewer, that means they think you're a piece of shit, and then fuck those guys. If they think that you can pay them, like no, dude. No.
I don't disagree with them. We've had many rocky periods with sponsors where they're not happy with the content or the conclusions, and because they couldn't affect the editorial bents. This has and continues to have significant negative impacts on revenue. I think we're pretty transparent on how, where, and why we make our money. And one of our strategic pillars is to make sure that we can maintain editorial independence. This has included on multiple occasions saying goodbye and good luck to sponsors ranging from thousands of dollars a year to hundreds of thousands of dollars a year.
I don't think they should be able to take sponsorships. I'll be honest. I think they should be able to get the products for free and perks and stuff, but like straight up paying them money is fucking stupid. That's bad. If your job is to review these products, you can't be getting paid by those people to review their product. They can supply the thing for free, pay for you to go to a place to review a thing, do whatever, like get you the car. But they can't be like, oh yeah, we'll give you $500,000 to review this product, because that's fucking shit. Because then there's the agenda there, right? How could you trust someone to do that, right? I mean, Darren, and if they are going to do that, they need to heavily imply, like, yo, we got paid to do this. This is definitely a fucking ad. This isn't a review. This is a fucking ad. This is a fucking ad. Because that's what it needs to be said. All right?
Over remaining independent and doing right by the LTT community.
Straight up.
While we were deciding if we were a good fit for each other, I was very pleased to see the integrity of the team here based on the deals that these guys have walked away from. I think one thing that we've done a poor job of, however, is publishing these standards where a community can see them. That's something I'll be improving upon.
And so will I. I'm Colton, the head of business development, which includes departments like HR, procurement, logistics, events, and sales and marketing. Sponsorships specifically are an area where Linus has more limited oversight than he used to. And in my opinion, we haven't done a great job conveying that. It's up to my team to vet incoming sponsor requests and deal with issues that you, our viewers, have with our brand partners. One way we do that is using our LMG sponsor discussion subforum on linustechtips.com to create a dialogue between our business team and the community. It's obvious from some of the issues we're seeing that we need to be more communicative when we're actively working with brands to rectify issues. Most content creators can attest to the fact that brands sometimes take forever to respond to messages or address problems. A perfect example is Anchor not removing Linus Tech Tips from their Amazon pages, even though we've been asking to be removed since our partnership with them ended months ago. We work hard to push for accountability, but we also understand that these businesses are either large, with lots of moving parts, or small, with limited reach.
What is Teo creating right now? Linus Tech Tips overproduced, retarded content, tries too hard, movie still. What are you trying to make right now, Teo? What is he trying to make? What is he...
Resources. So things can take time, but you shouldn't be waiting in the dark. It's critical for us to get the sponsorship piece right, because real talk, you guys are the boss. If you're not happy with brands we work with, we won't engage with our sponsors, and suddenly we won't be able to support all the cool stuff we're currently able to do. Moving forward, then.
What are they going on about sponsors and all this shit for? Like fucking for the last like 15 minutes or some shit, dude. What the fuck, dude? What the fuck?
You can expect weekly updates in the subforum on issues that need addressing, and we'll also include an up-to-date list of product verticals that are off limits for our channels. We hope this will enable us to make better calls consistently from here on out, all while maintaining our long-time commitment to training.
You need to talk about how you fucked those guys over, the water block guys, okay? And you fucked over the mouse guys. So you technically, they won a competition, and then you like shit talked their mouse and told no one to buy it because it's shit, it doesn't move around. But you left the fucking plastic bits on the mouse, so of course it didn't move around. Instead of saying, we at Linus Tech Tips need sponsors, and you can talk to us about our sponsors. Like, dude, nobody fucking cares, bro.
Transparency. Finally, I want to apologize to Billet Labs for auctioning off their
Okay, here we
monoblock at
go.
LTX 2023. Our processes failed when I was selecting items to include in the
All right, okay. Right, we originally said you could keep it because we thought it would be good for you to have for future bills. It wasn't so you could sell it, whether it was for charity or not. Then when Linus clearly didn't like it, we asked for it back and you agreed. This was a something prototype, and we're a very small company. Do you plan to reimburse us for the money cost? You agreed to send it back, and we planned finances accordingly. This is not okay at all. Oh shit.
charity auction. But then it was compounded because when the issue was brought up to me via email, even though I replied 2 hours later,
I sincerely apologize for the miscommunication. Our team internally regarding the monoblock. Please shoot over the invoice and we'll get this paid up. Thanks. That's after, bro. This is after. This is after the video. Okay, bro. It's too late. That's like after you got called out and publicly chastised. Okay, then now you're trying to be like, look, see, we did it. Look, like, no, dude.
apologizing and offering to pay for the component, I forgot to actually include our contact in that email. So it went to our procurement team instead of Billet Labs.
Oh, gee, wait, what the? Where's the
Side note, in
timestamp?
that
Where's the timestamp? Wait, what date was this? When was this? When was this? Wait, this could just be a fake. How do we know this? Wait, he sent it to nobody? Wait, what the fuck is this? 10 org.
And offering to pay when the issue was brought up to me via
Where?
email, even though I replied 2 hours
How you guys saying 10 org? I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it.
later, apologizing and offering to pay for the component, I forgot to
From 10 org. What month is it now? Probably 7 days ago. That was before the drama started, though. Technically, actually, that was before it started. Assuming this is real, which it could be. I think it could be.
to actually include our contact.
I don't
in
know.
that
Would they
email.
really fake this?
So it
I
went
don't
to
know
our
they would.
procurement team instead of Bill.
I don't think it'd be worth faking it. I don't think it'd be worth faking it because if someone could tell that it's faked or doctored, then it would be way more drama than it's worth. Right? He sent it to nobody. Right? He sent it to just his own department.
Labs. Side note, that same team, God bless them, didn't ask our event team who won the silent auction items and proceeded to email everyone asking. We don't need any of that. Certainly not for tax purposes. I clearly need to spend some of my week training the team, unless I actually get fired for real this time. Moving forward, we'll be
Classic,
implementing
dude.
a more rigid process for separating items
that's
that
a
need to go
joke.
back and which ones we'll be holding on to for future testing.
This might ring a little hollow, coming from one half of the WAN Show team that brought you Trust Me Bro and the privateering incident, among others, but we need to be better about our communication. Now, I have no intention to kill the silly humor or be less open with people. I don't want anything to be less fun, but we do need to be respectful and conscious of the impact of our words. We should be proud of the work that we do, but we shouldn't negatively compare ourselves to our fellow tech reviewers. When issuing corrections, we need
doing passive aggressive shit talk, bro, to the small guys. If you're gonna shit talk, okay, don't do it in a passive aggressive manner. It's the most bitch ass way. Okay, just call them out directly. Okay, and then it's fine because either they can be like, well, no, you're wrong because X, Y, and Z, or you're just calling someone out, just doing some bitch behavior, right? Some dog shit behavior, right?
need to apologize. We need to respect people's time and their money. I said after the last round of this,
They were subtweeting the guy who made the original video saying they don't test their shit properly. And that Linus Media Group does. That's what was happening. They were basically they were just doing it in a passive aggressive way without directly calling them out.
you win by fixing problems, improving, and becoming a hard target. We're still up a lot, and we need to own that, fix it, and move on, not be defensive or shirk blame. That being said, I'm not really on the production side of things these days. What my teams and I are working hard on is to support the other teams in other ways. Reintegrating it to LMG has been somewhat terrifying. One of my team's jobs is to take over management of the infrastructure, and while I have brought an experienced team member into the fold, it needs a lot of work. So far, we've mostly just been focused on documenting what we even have, and most of our initial steps beyond that will be improving overall stability, rather than flashy video-worthy projects. Any production interruptions due to shoddy infrastructure add additional burden to the other teams, and our goal is 6 nines.
Bro, I'm gonna be honest. What is he even saying? Like, what are you even saying? Just own it, bro. Just own it. Don't, what the fuck's happening right now?
We'll continue to maintain and develop our inventory system, which, with better processes, should be able to help keep things like Billet's prototype from being mishandled, misplaced, and misused in the future. And the foundational work we're doing on reliable data management and storage should enable teams like the editors and the engineering folks in the lab to move faster and more confidently with lower risk of errors, thanks to new tools like our specs database. Among my other unmentioned and unrelated responsibilities is keeping Linus from driving off various cliffs, which I have failed at a number of times.
And let's face it, he's gonna...
This fucking guy. This motherfucker. This fucking bitch ass. This fucking guy. Holy shit. Can you believe this fucking guy, dude? Can you believe? Look at this fucking guy. Look at this fucking guy. This earring wearing motherfucker. Right here. This fucking... Okay. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Let's watch.
fail again. Hey, it's me. I'm Chief Vision Officer now, but realistically, I'm not going to be able to hide behind my recent demotion here. I was the one at the head of the company for each and every mistake that our community has rightly brought to our attention. And once again, I made things worse by allowing myself to respond emotionally.
Cause you're a little bitch, dude. You're a little bitch ego Andy, bro. You're trying to blame everyone else and gaslight the fuck out of everyone. Like, that's what you're doing. That's what's happening. Straight up. He's a massive ego Andy, and he can't possibly be wrong. Ever. So then it's okay, what do you do? Gaslight and just talk shit and making some weird emotional argument, okay? Because you can't possibly be wrong ever. Oh, can you believe this guy?
It's honestly really hard when people take an internal process error and then they run that all the way to Linus is a thief and wants to auction someone else's intellectual property to the highest bidder, or...
It's because you constantly lied, bro. It's because you constantly lied and made up a bunch of bullshit which everyone could see through as complete bullshit, and now you're doing it kind of again. Now he's doing the emotional argument straight away. Like, what even happening? He's just straight up lying. Dude, there is no way fucking, like, whenever he's making up some bullshit about, like, it's, $300 or whatever, it's completely just full of shit, and it's a straight up lie. And now, right now, he immediately went to some weird emotional argument. Almost straight away.
Accuses me of trying to brush something under the rug just because I do think it's important to get all the details before declaring me to be a low-down liar, straight-up piece of shit. We were slow shipping back the GPU that Billet Labs sent us. There's no way around it. That's our bad. But the delay in communication, the one that prompted the post that you guys just saw, it was less than 2 business days. The second that I was made aware of the situation, on the 14th, I emailed Billet Labs.
Is this guy gonna ult right now, bro? Is he about to ult right now, bro? What's happening?
And I explained what happened. I even included Colton's attempt at apologizing and offering, no questions asked, full compensation for their stated value of the product, which happened on the 10th, before we were under any pressure to do so, and without Colton even bothering to check with me or Yvonne before just saying, go for it. He knows that our internal policy is to do the right thing. So, He tried, bless him.
What do you reckon? Okay, he tried. He's blaming the other guy now. He's blaming. Yep, it's Colton. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Look, I did the right thing. It was that other guy. Okay. And look, you guys, you're taking this way too far. You're calling me a piece of shit. Okay, for this small thing. All right, it's okay. You guys are going too far, for real. Do you think, chat? Do you think he knew? Do you think he knew about this fucking billet thing? Okay, and he was like, "Fuck these guys. Let's auction it." And then he pretended like, "Oh, I'm sorry, bro. Oh, I'm sorry." I mean, I don't know for sure. I mean, I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence whether or not it was intentional or not. I mean, he's clearly an ego Andy. And maybe if someone is, got that level of fucking pride and hubris when people are like talking shit about him and calling him out, they're like, you know what, fuck you. Fuck you.
I guess his job is safe for another day. And I'm sorry, I guess I've actually gotten a little bit emotional here again. So I'm going to stop there because whatever's being said about me and whatever's being said about the team should
We're getting manipulated, chat. We're getting manipulated, but don't fall for his ult. Do not fall for his ult. He's trying to manipulate you guys. Like, I'm crying. Oh, I'm crying. Okay, no. Do not get baited.
never have allowed my feelings to distract from any valid criticism of our work. My decision, for example, to not bother retesting the monoblock, that was obviously wrong. And my lame response on the forum.
There we go. Good job. There we go. At least he's accepting some responsibility here. The first bit of responsibility accepted. Finally, he said he did something wrong.
Was a huge and unnecessary blunder. I owe you guys better, and I'm sorry. For my part, first, I'm going to be working through the other members of the exec team for any crisis communication moving forward. And second, I'm going to spend my week working with the other teams to develop a system of processes that will help our company fulfill my vision of being a world-class tech media organization. I'm also going to be spending my week just refocusing, guys, on what matters most, which is bringing you guys the best damn content that we can make. It's been over 10 years. Good Lord, it's been almost 15. But I still love tech. I love my team, and even though our relationship's a little rocky right now, I love this community and everything that it stands for. None of that has changed, and none of it is going to.
Yeah, you changed, dude. You changed. You became an ego Andy. He became an ego Andy. Okay, all right. He started fucking the little guy. He became a fucking big corporate overlord motherfucker. Okay, and he developed a fucking massive ego. To be fair, that'd be the main thing. Is just dropping the ego, just getting the ego down. And then that means you can admit fault, and that means you can, you don't have to constantly have to take the high road, and you don't have to like gaslight everyone and fucking lie all the time. Okay, straight up, you can just be like, oh yeah, I fucked up. Yeah, I'm retarded. I was wrong. And then guess what? Nobody fucking. To be fair, but at least obviously that's like a separate issue to the whole like, oh, they spam out dog shit videos that are just incorrect. That spread misinformation because they want to be the first on the street to get the most views possible. That's a whole separate issue, which they need to stop doing that, obviously. But like the ego thing is the biggest one.
During my interview, one line from Linus that stood out to me was,
"Oh my god, dude!
I need somebody to come in who I know will be respectful of my life's work." That's one of the gravity of what he was asking for dawned on me for the first time. I'm by no means influencer or social media guy, but suddenly I am accountable not only to Linus and Yvonne and the entire staff at LMG, but most importantly, to the entire LMG audience. I'm fortunate to be inheriting a wonderful team that is passionate and has a ton of energy, who shares the same goal. We celebrate our wins together, and when we make mistakes, we also share.
They're passionate, like so passionate they fucking cut themselves so they can go to hospital so they can have a day off, dude. Like, Jesus. To be fair, though, I mean, that seems unhinged and like there's more going on there, but still, Jesus Christ.
Responsibility. I'll be coaching the team on the kinds of deep state corporate stuff that I think I'm reasonably good at. Budgeting, team building, relationship management, business development, operational processes. All things I consider to be essential life skills rather than the tactics of some sort of weird Illuminati conspiracy. We need to be a more well-oiled machine with better accountability as we've gotten more complicated internally with how technical, writing, editing teams all have to coordinate. There are still going to be deadlines, due dates, and time-limited goals that we still need to drive towards, but the how of all this obviously needs more polish. I planned these topics to be covered in internal conversations over the coming weeks, but instead, I'm talking to you about it during this on-the-job experience of what it's like to work at a YouTube company. For all our wards, the team has worked hard to build up trust in the community and share the joy and the passion that we all have for tech. So I do not take for granted the responsibility and stewardship that comes along with this position.
Bro,
And I
I'm
welcome
spacing out
continued
what
constructive
he's saying.
feedback. Thank you all for holding us accountable. I feel ready for
This would have been 100 times better if they just deleted this, 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 deleted this. Had this part, except longer, and then it was just, they just talked about, they just admit what they did wrong and then talked about what they're going to do to fix it. Literally, like, all the other PRs, fucking scripted bullshit was so, I don't know, out of touch and fucking, I don't know, whenever it's out of touch, it's like, it felt corporate. It felt corporate, bro. And it just did not resonate with me massively. And I'll be honest, Linus, he took a responsibility for one thing. And the rest of the shit, he kind of just blamed other people. And to be fair, he didn't take full responsibility. He blamed the other guy for fucking up the email.